Track wrestling here in Trnava, Slovakia, Junior World Championships with USA Wrestling. Men's freestyle developmental coach Kevin Jackson. Tough round, at least the conclusion of it, to have Warner get bounced out and then simultaneously Gable Steveson gets stunned. What was your take on the fall there at 125 kilos?
Well, I didn't think Gable looked like himself in this tournament. From the first match to that last match, just didn't look like himself. I don't know if it was the acclimation to the time change or what it was, training, I'm not sure. But he just didn't look like himself all day, and getting caught in that position was unusual for him. Usually he floats his hips a lot better than that, and he really had to avoid that position. I think after the first action, you really have to be aware that this guy is going for one big time move, one chance, one shot, to try to get the fall, to try to get you to your back, and unfortunately Gable fell into it.
It's been a kind of a crazy week for the United States, coming in with, you throw in Bay and Fix and now Gable, three guys that dominated this bracket a year ago in Finland, and none are going home with golds. You've been in that position before, having guys gun for you. What's different about being the guy on top?
Well, I think sometimes you kind of think it's going to be easy. Sometimes you think you just show up and you take home a gold medal. And I know after all these years, winning gold medals is very hard. Winning gold medals is very difficult. I don't care how good you are, if you're the best in the world, or if you're not. Winning a gold medal is going to be a strong challenge, and I'm not sure we were ready for that challenge, and we didn't compete the way we're capable of competing. I think in Fix's situation, I think the weight got to him a little bit. I think he's a big 57-kilo guy, and as that match went on, you could see some fatigue hit a little bit, and I think that was one of the reasons that he didn't perform as well as we thought he could perform against a very tough opponent. I think that opponent has a chance to be a world champion. He's better than than you would think. But at the same time, it's very difficult to win the world championships, and we found that out the hard way.
Mekhi Lewis, strong performance today. He'll be in the semifinals. What did you like about the way he came out and performed?
Well, Mekhi's sitting in a good spot in that bracket. And so he did what he was supposed to do, dominate two guys that I think he's clearly better than. I'd like to see him open up a little bit more. I'd like to see him shoot the hard double, shoot a few more shots tonight, really get into the groove of how he actually competes. The way he competed at the trials, I want to see that Mekhi show up tonight and then show up tomorrow if we're fortunate enough to get past this guy in the semifinals. But obviously, this tournament's about winning and advancing. He's done that, and he's done that in strong fashion. And so we expect another strong performance from him tonight.
Warner up 6-2, about less than a minute to go, and gets hit with a couple really slick duck unders.
Yeah. After the first one, I thought he should have tightened it down. I mean, I'm a little surprised, a little disappointed that we got caught with the same move, probably about 20 seconds apart from each other. We know that these guys swim high crotch, kind of a super duck swim high crotch action. Once that first one hit and you realize that match is on the line with 30 seconds left, either you go get your offense off and score a point, or you keep that arm down and defend that action. I think that was the only way he could score on us, and unfortunately we just weren't thinking clearly in that situation. Very unfortunate, because I thought, again, I think we got two guys got beat today. Clearly Warner up 6-2 with a minute left. We expect that win, and Gable winning 2-0, almost getting the fall early. We beat that guy in the past pretty strong. I mean, those are medal contenders, and odds are we'll walk away. Well, obviously Warner is out of the tournament, and strong odds that Gable's going to be out of the tournament. So we hope that's not the case. We hope that this Uzbekistan guy can come back and win tonight. I'm not sure if the Iran or the Russian won in that other side, but it's going to be a tough challenge for him to pull the Gable back in.
Your thoughts on Saunders and Dupre? Both went, I think, 1-1 on the day?
Yeah. I think Lou, I really like the way Lou competes. I really like the way he competes, the way he fights. I think he has to tighten down some technical areas. That single leg, you can't stay locked and get extended there. I thought they stopped 3 positions, scoring positions for us. I thought they stopped them prematurely. and allowed that Turk to avoid the score. Several stoppages where that Turk was able to get his composure, get his win back, and finish the match the way he wanted to finish. So I thought it was a disruptive match. Disappointed the way it was kind of officiated. At the same time, you can't give up 4-point moves. You can't hang in the front headlock and expect to win matches against a very good wrestler. But I really like what I see out of Lou. Saunders is just young. I mean, he's a young kid that got called late notice to replace our 61 kilo athlete. And I think his eyes were wide open. I think the will was there, but I think his mind kind of played tricks on him when he got into the fight. He had an opportunity to score a takedown early and just didn't seize that opportunity because he's really good on top. But I think he'll live and learn. I think he'll continue to get better. Just kind of tap into competing to his true ability, and I think he'll be fine.
Speaking of late notices, one of the really good stories for this team so far, Elam.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
We when we lost Kirk Fleet, we thought we'd maybe lose some points in the transition, but Elam has proven everyone wrong. He's better than I even thought he was. I watched him train in Colorado Springs. I watched him wrestle Kirk Fleet in 3 matches up close, and I thought he was tough, but I didn't know he was this good. Obviously, his time spent in Missouri the last few months just focusing on wrestling has allowed him to improve in several areas and given him a little bit more confidence because he's dominated. I think he's probably wrestled the best out of anybody on the team, and I'm very happy for him. I'm very excited for him. I really think he has a great chance tonight in the finals. He has to do certain things the right way in order to bring home the gold, but I think he'll give it his best effort, and I think that's what we're after. That's what we ask from these guys. Just go out there and give your best effort to compete as hard as you can, and good things are going to happen. And unfortunately, I think we weren't thinking clearly in a couple situations, and it cost us. And in this environment, in this tournament, you can't lose a match and just be in the hope game. We never want to be in the hope game. We want to be in the no game, and that's knowing that we're advancing and we're in control of our own fate. But now we're kind of caught up in somebody else's results to pull us through, and that's not where we want to be.
You've spent a lot of time around Aaron Brooks, and he's going to be wrestling for gold here later tonight as well. In what areas has he impressed you most?
Just his mental toughness, just his ability to adapt to situations, just his toughness and his work ethic. I mean, he's done everything I've asked him to do. He's been with me for quite a while. I think we pulled him in March for the World Cup training camp, and he's been training with us, with the World team at the Olympic Training Center the whole time. So I think he continues to improve. I think his confidence is high. I think he's hit all the areas of concentration that you need to be solid in order to perform at this level. But he's a special kid. I mean, he's a special wrestler that continues to get better. And one thing he's been able to do is he's made it to every single training camp. And I think he's had an opportunity to wrestle with the Burrows, the Dakes, the Taylors, and they've made him better. He's seen a higher level than he's seeing here, and so he goes out there and he competes accordingly. But he's special, and hopefully he'll prove it tonight.